Come. So it is this two-layered operation which characterizes Karma Yoga. That is doing all action in relaxation, working in relaxation, working in blissful awareness. Yogastaha kurukarmani. So you do all good actions, but we do all good actions without getting tensed up, without getting stressed up. Maintaining the inner awareness, maintaining the inner silence. This is the very special way that Krishna gives us. Therefore, Karma Yoga is to convert every action into a yoga by adopting the secret of stress-free action, working in blissful awareness. Yogastaha kulu karmani. Karmani akarmaya pashyet. One who sees non-action in action. When you do the action, always you should be seeing that inner awareness, inner akarma, inner silence, inner bliss. Take the example of a Kerala girl who is dancing on a pot on her head. How she is doing the action? Dancing to the tune of music. But where is her attention? All the time to maintain that center of gravity. That deep awareness is the key essence. And as she becomes perfect, then that deep awareness will become effortless. It will become blissful awareness. So that is the yogastha sthiti. Therefore, it is this way of working, dual mode operation, we call the key essence of Karma Yoga. Therefore, it is very necessary that we should do good actions, sattvic actions. When we start our action, we have a choice. We can do a tamasic action or a rajasic action, but a sattvic action. Choose the good actions, the sattvic actions. Good for the society, good for the people, good for the surrounding, good for the whole world. Choose that. We have the freedom. But then, when you are doing the action, you must so do the action that you should not get tensed up, you should not get stressed up. Asaktahi acharam karma, paramapnoti purushaha, Krishna said. That when we are able to do that action unattached, then it will lead you to the highest realms of that freedom, the moksha. The moksha is a state of freedom. Freedom from all our diseases, freedom from all our tensions and stresses, freedom from all our dukkha. And that is the freedom that we want. Freedom from all bondages, bondage of the mind, emotions, intellect, and finally bondage of this body itself. That's the highest coveted goal that we have. That's called moksha, absolute freedom. That is the goal of all streams of yoga. Jnana Yoga, Raj Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga. All streams of yoga has one single goal, ultimate reality. And that is our original state. That's a state of infinite consciousness, infinite freedom, infinite power, infinite bliss. And that is our original state. I call it as our real home. Real home is full of that wonderful thing. So it is this real home that we have to return to. It's called pratiprasava. We have forgotten our home, we have forgotten our blissful thing, and therefore we are all suffering, full of tension, stresses, diseases. So what Swami Vivekananda said, each soul is potentially divine. We all have that infinite power inside, infinite knowledge, infinite bliss. But we have to manifest that divinity within us. And that is what yoga was. So yoga is not merely asana, pranayama, mudra, bandha, kriyas. No. They are all means to develop this way of life, science of holistic living, in which you have the continuous inner awareness, the blissful awareness, and outside you do all actions. Yogastaha kuru karmani. That is the wonderful secret that has been unraveled to us in the great thing in Bhagavad Gita, the 18 verses that we chanted now, which gives you the whole summary of the Karma Yoga. And similarly we have Raj Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Jnana Yoga, 18 verses we have selected from Bhagavad Gita. And every morning when we come here, we first chant these verses and we try to understand the meaning of that and bring it to our day-to-day action. And that is our Maitri Milan session. And we are very fortunate and we are very delighted to have our Tulsi Gabbard ji, who has come to visit our university, and this is our faculty and students here, and we are so happy that you could spare your time amidst a very busy schedule and be with us.
To introduce here itself the honorable guests who are in the dais. We have the esteemed guest today with us, the Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, a Democrat from Hawaii's 2nd District, U.S. House of Representatives. Born in April 1981 from Hawaii, the first follower of Hinduism to serve in the Congress and was sworn into office with Bhagavad Gita. Vice Chairwoman of the Democratic National Committee, Member Foreign Affairs Committee, and House Homeland Security of the Committee. The Congresswoman Gabbard is a member of the Congressional Caucus of India and Indian Americans. She is an advocate of strong US-India relations. On behalf of S-VYASA University, I heartily welcome to this August functions. And we have one more esteemed guest with us, Dr. Kashinath Dikshit ji, a consultant physician and an endocrinologist, Manchester, from United Kingdom. And I also welcome on behalf of S-VYASA University to this function. Now, I request, along with our esteemed guest, we have Dr. Professor Raghuram ji, Director International for Yoga and Spirituality, and also I welcome Raghuram ji to this function. I request Shri Shivashailam ji to come on to the dais. Shri N. Shivashailam ji is a Principal Secretary, Health and Family Welfare Department, Government of Karnataka. I heartily welcome to this function, and I welcome on behalf of S-VYASA. Now, I request Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard to release Yoga for Diabetes, the book release function. I request her to release that book. And I request Shri Shivashailam ji to release one more book, Yoga for Obesity. Now I request Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard to address this function.
Namaste, aloha, Jai Shri Krishna. I wasn't expecting to share any remarks this morning, so I will keep this very brief. As in my introduction, I come from Hawaii, where some of you may be familiar with a common greeting there, which is aloha. Many people use this greeting as a way to say hello or goodbye, but actually the meaning of aloha is much deeper than that. The true meaning of aloha is that I come to you and greet you with great respect and with my open heart. As we look at many challenges that exist around the world today, both in our communities as well as challenges that face us in our societies, in our countries. Many of these problems can be rooted in the fact that we have people in positions of power, whether it be in government, in business, in healthcare, in education, in the military, and so on and so forth, who do not embrace this aloha spirit, which is also in practice the same as karma yoga, of understanding that each of us has the opportunity to relate to each other, to take care of each other, to serve each other, and to dedicate our lives in such a way that we are doing our best to be of service to others. The gift that Lord Krishna gives us in the Bhagavad Gita is as relevant today as it has been and as it always will be. And this is where this gift that Krishna gives us exists within the universal truth that he shares, the truth that transcends all races, all religions, all nationalities, all of these labels that unfortunately divide us, divide communities, divide people, and in the very worst ways end up in great conflict and loss of life. And Krishna teaches us our true identity, who we really are, that we are Atma, that we are spirit, part and parcel of him, and what our natural function is to love Krishna, to be of service to Krishna, and that we can do that through the practice of bhakti yoga and karma yoga, dedicating our lives in the service of God and others. So this is something that each of us can apply in our lives, that I'm doing my best to apply in my own life, where Krishna's teachings in the Bhagavad Gita are truly the foundation and the motivation for why I do what I do. And this is something that every person, no matter where you come from, no matter what name you call God, no matter what your job is, you may think, well, my job is just a small job. My job is just to sweep the street, or my job is just to sell fruits and vegetables on the road. Or maybe your job is to lead a school, teaching people, or to lead a government. For each of us in each of these positions, we have that same beautiful, life-changing opportunity to dedicate our lives in the service of Krishna and to truly care for each other in this spirit of aloha, with an open heart and with true, sincere, and deep respect. for each other. So in that spirit, I'd like to say thank you for welcoming me here today, and I share my deepest aloha with all of you. Jai Shri Krishna. Aloha.
Now I request Shri Shivashailam ji to address this gathering with few words.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, students of this institute, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't expect to speak, as she rightly mentioned. I thought we'd be here to see some yoga presentations, but formal occasions being as it is, I think I'll take this opportunity to let you know something about what's happening in Karnataka in the promotion of yoga and naturopathy. First thing, one of the good news is yoga is internationally recognized now, June 21st being the World Yoga Day, as declared by the United Nations, and institutions like S-VYASA and other institutions and all over the world have done a lot to get yoga and naturopathy to this level. Over the years, I think yoga will receive a much more emphasis than what it has in the past. But having said that, there are a lot of things which we are doing in Karnataka. So, one of it is just promoting yoga and naturopathy for the thing which was released today, that is diabetes and hypertension. That's one of the areas where we are looking at intrusive treatment and change in lifestyles of people through practice of yoga and naturopathy. We have two pilot projects which are just commenced at Dakshin Kannada and Davangere districts, and I would invite this university to form part of it and its students. We welcome you. Since it's a pilot project, a lot of experiments could actually be conducted on the field, and its result monitored for dissemination and of its results, and an institution like this can be of great support in this endeavor. So I invite S-VYASA. I had already spoken to the director and respected Shri Nagendra ji to support us in this, and he has agreed to it, but we need to work out the modalities of the participation, get the students on the ground to make this happen, which I'm sure we will be able to do in a couple of months' time. We have an ongoing partnership with Shantamana Trust Dharmasthala, where we have successfully been reasonably successful, I would say, in getting yoga and naturopathy for a better health, both in urban and rural, I would say largely rural areas, or the semi-urban, rural towns, as President Kalam would like to put it. We are now getting it more into the mainstream, getting into the urban areas as well over the next 2 years. Here too, I think this university and its students can play a big role in ensuring that this form of maintaining health can be disseminated and as a livelihood opportunity for students and institutions like these. I would also like to tell you that Government of India has, we just have a new ministry for Ayush, which is the first time it's happened in independent India. Not only that, the budgets for Ayush is expected to rise about 7-fold. Karnataka is expected to see an increase of almost 8-fold increase in budgets next year. Our present budget is about 130 million INR, Indian rupees, expected to go up to something like 1.1 1,100 million, which is roughly about 8 times, 7.5 to 8 times. And definitely we will ensure that yoga and naturopathy does receive adequate funding. We have chalked up a program of ensuring stability to the 95 centers which we started over the last 5 years in various branches of Ayush, largely addressing, I think substantially addressing Ayurveda in over 60% of them. But having a reasonable component of yoga and naturopathy as well. But these have not been able to make impact because we didn't have the doctors and the technical staff necessary to provide the service. We are correcting that aberration over the next 2 to 3 months, and I'm pretty certain that we will see a vibrant sector of yoga and naturopathy, with which people will be extremely pleased and to partake in that service over the years. And I would only say that I think my minister was supposed to be here at this meeting, at this conference, I must say. But he couldn't make it because of pressing engagements at his constituency in Mangalore. I think politicians would understand it much better than any one of us, how constituents do matter, and it was a prior commitment, and therefore he regrets his inability to come here. But I'm locally based, and I could make it. And thanks for inviting me. Thanks a lot.
Now I request Kashinath ji to address this function.
Namaste everyone. Respected Guruji, our esteemed guest, Ms. Tulsi Gabbard. Like all of you, I'm also taken by surprise, really. I really didn't expect to be here. I was hoping to be there watching the proceedings. But thank you very much for all your love and affection. I don't know if I deserve this, honestly. It's a great privilege for us to be in this sort of situation right now. There's a new yoga minister for the country, the first ever yoga minister of the country, the Ayush minister. And our Honorable Prime Minister is a big yoga proponent, and he is taking it seriously. It's really a fortunate sort of situation right now for our country. We know, I mean, my passion always has been to create a kind of uniform care which trickles down to the rural masses, which unfortunately is not happening in this country. So that was my passion. The reason for that is increasingly India has been recognized as a capital, diabetes capital of the world. I'm just told that China is ahead of us, which is again not a bit of relief. We are not lagging behind them that much. So if we don't act now, our economy is at risk because we can't bear the cost of the complications of diabetes. The main basis for all the non-communicable diseases, including diabetes nowadays, is the stress of modern life. I don't think any intervention of the West, physical intervention, addresses this. Although there are studies which shows some of the happy hormones in the brain are secreted more when we do some physical exercise. But I don't think any philosophy in the world has targeted the root cause of stress like our Bhagavad Gita and yoga. So we are very fortunate to have this tool with us. And the most attractive part of yoga is it is no cost. It can be done anywhere. And it addresses both physical and mental aspects, which is what is required for today's world. So we had quite a few of discussions in this area, and Guruji has taken up a huge stop diabetes movement to expand the stop diabetes movement throughout the country, which was initially visualized by Nagarpati. That is a great step towards addressing this problem and also to create a healthy country. As far as evidence-based, we talk about evidence-based for all the interventions. Our people knew a lot about this. Lots and lots of studies being done here. Lots of evidence emerging, but we still need to make it robust so that it is accepted amongst the scientific community. So in that direction, we have successfully got tied up with Manchester Metropolitan University, and we'll be looking at very high-end research into yoga, both physical aspects and also the neurochemical aspects, so neuroscience aspect. And I'd like to give you a good news that the European Association for the Study of Diabetes, EASD, which is largest, which is comparable to the American Diabetes Association, which attracts 18,000 diabetologists in the world. The president of EASD was here a couple of days ago. He has, in front of everybody, he said he's on board. So that's a very interesting turn to this ancient intervention which will be relevant today. I'd like to tell you, there were few skeptics in endocrinology community who were just thinking that there's not much of evidence. So I'd like you, as I told you, evidence is emerging and it will get robust as time progresses because we're in that direction. But to give you an idea, American Heart Association is now recommending meditation as an adjunctive therapy for people who have had heart attacks and to prevent further heart attacks. So if somebody has had heart attacks, they've conducted a randomized control trial only in African Americans, unfortunately. But they followed them up for 6 years, and there's a statistically significant difference between those who were taking meditation regularly and the group who were taking conventional kind of therapy. So this is conventional preventive measure plus meditation, this normal sort of thing. So there's two groups there, and they found that this was significantly better. People in meditation group did very well. They had fewer further heart attacks and stroke. And now it's official. American Heart Association is recommending meditation now. It has come in their guidelines. Dr. Gangadhar was telling me a couple of days ago that yoga has been approved as an adjunctive form of therapy in schizophrenia, and that is in UK's NICE guidelines. That's national guidelines in UK. So the Western world is recognizing this intervention, and we need to do that for all other non-communicable diseases, but definitely for diabetes, which we are taking up very strongly. And I request, solicit your support for this big activity, and any small help will be great for us. And thank you
Now I request Guruji to honor the Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard. I request Raghuramji to honor Sunil Kemni ji. I request Guruji to honor Shri Shiv ji with chal and a memento. I request our registrar to honor Shri Kashinath Dikshit ji. Now we will conclude with this program with Shanti Mantra. Sit erect, adopt Namaskara Mantra, close the eyes. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah.